Ronald and I love to watch their black and white movies.
Automatic lighting system activated.
How can you expect me to talk to some heads in brine? They must have uttered their last words a long time ago now.
Too bad that doesn't apply to you, too.
All this pointing and clicking stresses me out. I should absolutely take a vacation sooner or later. I didn't know how to name him. Am I right?
You didn't know how to name what?
You. It's your name.
No, I have no name.
Maybe it's precisely because your parents didn't know how to name you.
Perhaps.
So I'm right. That's your name.
I already told you it's not my name.
You should get yourself in shape again.
Why do you say that?
Maybe because you can't even get out of your burial plot?
I just put myself on a diet. I haven't touched a pizza in weeks.
Only because he devoured the errand boy too, last time.
What happened to your arm?
I was too hungry, and I bit it.
It must have really hurt.
But it was good.
I'm assuming you're a cannibal, then.
I make no distinction when there's food involved.
You don't mean to try to eat me too, right?
If they were all like you, I'd have starved to death by now.
Actually, you're right. I'm going out for a walk. Maybe you can join me later, okay? 1861. Pretty self-explanatory, I'd say. Black magic for daily consumption. Chapter 3. Voodoo practices. How to get revenge on the school bullies while keeping your distance. Recover some hair or nail samples from the concerned bully and attach it to a doll. Then place a voodoo doll in the center of a pentacle. Close your eyes and channel your hate on the bully. Imagining him with his head in the toilet increases the chance of success. If the ritual is successful, the doll will assume the features of the designated victim. Grab a needle or some pins to stick into the voodoo doll. Enjoy your revenge. Aktung. Don't damage the doll by removing its limbs or head. Keep out of reach of children. Chapter 4. Love potions. How to get out of the friend zone and overcome restraining orders. Acquire a photo of your future love. You shouldn't have problems after so many years of stalking. Dip some rose petals and cloves in a water and red wine solution. Bring the mixture to a boil. After cooling, drink the love potion you just completed. Wait comfortably at home for his or her arrival. Aktung. Always remember to take proper precautions. Chapter 2. Seances. How to satisfy your edible complex even if your mother left you. Sit around a table with other people who want to communicate with your dead mother. Therefore, avoid inviting your wife. Light up a wax candle in the center of the table. Create a circle, holding hands or touching with the pinkies. At this point, close your eyes and evoke the dead towards you. Some dead people don't like to talk, so prepare an alternative medium like a pen or a typewriter. Aktung. Always remember to avoid antagonizing the dead if you want to communicate with her once again, but mostly avoid antagonizing your wife. Chapter 1. Witchcraft. How to curse your mother-in-law and live happily. Capture a wild animal to associate with the victim. 80% of readers pick a toad or a snake. Wait for midnight and the moonlight to baptize the animal with her name. Free your the animal, in open country. Your beloved acquired mummy will thus lose the power of speech. Remove the earplugs and enjoy the new silence. Aktung. Unfortunately, the above-mentioned witchcraft is not effective on wives and husbands. Good evening.
Hi, pretty bones.
What happened to your head?
My dear, I'm a zombie. I'm decomposing.
Yes, I read the hotspot label, but it was hard to believe.
Oh, sweetie pie, you're making me blush. But then again, it's normal to cause confusion when you're lucky enough to putrefy in such a sublime way.
I could even be envious. So, you like brains, right?
Of course, pretty bones. I love brains. But only the male ones, if you know what I mean.
Only too well. Nice dress.
I wore it on the day of my wedding.
I guess it's a memory you really care about.
Obviously, considering it's the same day I committed suicide.
Forgive me, I didn't know.
Cyanide, for the record. She was incredibly beautiful, but she wasn't exactly my type.
I suppose it wasn't about the color of her hair.
And I couldn't stand that she had smoother skin than mine. I just couldn't wrap my brain around it.
What are you doing locked in here?
This was the crypt of my family once, so I was buried here.
A long time ago, it seems. Exactly how old are you?
Don't be rude, darling. It's not polite to ask a zombie his age.
I humbly apologize. You smell really good.
Oh, honey, slow down with the advance. Don't be so shameless. I use a mix of bubble bath and body butter. They're really great. Anyway, I must say that for a little bone like you smell good too.
I really have to go now.
Come back and visit me sometime, little star.
It certainly cannot be said that they lived quiet times in the deep ocean. It's really curious how many genius hunches are just the result of more or less serious head injuries. Hey guys, can I have some of your firecrackers?
Ask your mother to buy you some. And get out of our way. Can't you see we're busy?
But that's Grandma. Ronald's grandma, I mean. Hi, Grandma. I'm Ronald. Grandma, I can't really understand what you're saying.
At my age. Ronald, Grandma's sweetheart, you came to see me? You're so emaciated. Are you eating enough?
I have a serious allergy to plums that totally ruined my will to live.
Well, sometimes we all get a bit constipated. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Try some baked apples or kiwis.
Grandma, didn't you have yourself cremated?
Do you really think I'd let them lock me up in a vase? I corrupted the gravedigger by telling him to fill the urn with chewing gum.
I noticed that.
Your favorites. Anything for my little Ronnie.
It'd really be too much for her. What is Grandpa doing over there?
He's been trying to get out of his coffin for days now. Except every time he forgets to watch his head.
Well, at least he leaves you alone.
It's about time. It wasn't enough for him to torture me when I was alive. I didn't even have time to die before he felt compelled to do the same.
I'll come back and visit you very soon, Grandma. Too sticky. I won't be able to get it off my hands. Only in case of emergency.
Wait a minute, Ronald. It's dangerous out there. It's full of atheists. Take this.
On the house.
You can never say no to a drink.
Yes, good boy. Drink. Don't look at me that way. I had no other choice. Look at him. He's sleeping like an angel. A few hours of sleep won't be bad for him. He was too stressed. Wake up, old man!
You needn't shout like that.
You're right. Excuse me.
I forgive you.
Listen, could you maybe sew some of this hair on the head of this doll?
An unusual request. But I perceive no reason not to indulge you. Give it to me.
Too kind. Okay, negative thoughts. Nothing easier, all because of how easily I can project my complete hate of other people. Well, one of the few advantages of my skeletal form is that I'm unaffected by electric shocks. First, I need to place the arm over the wardrobe. This is shaping up to be very fruitful fishing, finally.
I can't believe you did it.
I am a real pro. What can you do?
Why don't you take a look at your pockets?
How on earth did you do it?
When you spend your life escaping from the IRS, you can't survive without certain tricks.
And how did you end up running a carousel?
Social services. Anyway, with that coupon, you can collect a prize of your choice at the Gypsy kiosk just outside the city. Oh, I almost forgot. Be careful going around with that other little bag I gave you.
Oh God, what other little bag?
I was just joking.
You're not funny at all. What is it, postmodern art?
Nah, you're right. I really can't come up with nothing interesting.
Like what?
Well, bro, I don't know. Something that conveys strong emotion, gets people's attention, something that grabs you, but original once in a while. Tired of riding A-cab on the monuments, yo. You hear me, bro?
I'll think about it. Maybe I'll have a good idea.
Sweet.
Sorry to bother you, but you seem familiar.
You probably saw me in a game show in the past. You know, I was a pro gamer once.
Judging by how you're doing now, it seems something went wrong.
Carpal tunnel. I slowly lost mobility and reactivity. It cut me out of the pro circuit.
I imagine more like an arrow in the wrist or something like that.
Arrow in the wrist?
Never played Skyrim?
Sorry, just beat 'em ups.
Then you suffer the proper punishment. He probably came all this way just to find some peace. If I were you, I'd let it go. That little girl becomes a really dangerous cookie when she gets mad. In this video game, some phrases are a bit too literal. Let's just hope this is the right time. Hello?
What's with a concerned face? You never saw a puppet before?
Sure, but not one handled with invisible strings by a headless puppeteer. And able to speak, by the way.
Do you have a problem with me not being controlled by strings?
Well, no.
And maybe it's illegal for a puppet to have a nice voice like mine?
That's not what I meant. You women are really impossible. I won a coupon at the carousel.
Choose your favorite prize.
Anything?
Anything.
I'd like to have the legless amiibo of Princess Peach.
I gave out the last one just yesterday, but you're in luck. I can give you this.
Let's have a look. How is it possible that all this stuff could fit inside such a small package? This is a cool track. I've never heard it. Too bad I don't know the title. not bad. Now you really have an aggressive look.
I have to admit it, I'm really pumped for it.
Do you think you can sing a metal song now?
Which one do you want to hear?
I don't know the name of it, but do you know a song that goes like this? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Oh yes, I get it. I love that song.
Are you ready?
This time, I really messed up big time.
Days.
He's even scarier life-sized. Sometimes the best thing to do is not ask any questions. What are you doing hiding down there?
How do I put this? I may have gotten myself in serious trouble.
Who exactly is looking for you? This room is a continuous coming and going of couples.
Actually, everyone. Let's just say that I've screwed up a bit too much recently.
You have all my respect.
Days.
What do you want?
The bedroom on the upper floor is empty now, as promised.
Really? I'm calling my gang now. Be still her. Take the guys and go to the dump. Don't waste my time. I don't care what you do now. It's all fixed. Go now. Hanky Panky room is ready.
Wow, they couldn't control themselves any longer. Somebody here seriously needs some Xanax. He looks like the school bully who always pounded on me. It's all ready. We can get started.
Where do you want us to take it?
Friday Avenue, number 13.
Do you have any idea how far that is from here? We're heading to the party. The best we can do is take it over there.
I'll settle for that.
Do you hear that? Let's move.
It seems that part has finally arrived. Maybe this might be interesting for you?
Where did you find that?
Here and there.
Okay. Pour in exactly the 3 milliliters for every dozen years you want to go back. Add another 2 milliliters to run the machine, and 1 milliliter every half hour of real-time utilization. Be as precise as possible.
Okay, no problem.
The machine will start as soon as you have inserted the destination date in the appropriate display. Avoid traveling into the future. The process partly uses the geomagnetic field of the Earth and possible changes could stop you from coming back. Just remember, you can't jump from time to time. Every time you're forced to return to the present.
Will you be much longer?
The doors are automatic, so stay in the vicinity. Some animals could enter the machine and come back instead of you by accident. And remember to be careful to never interfere with the space-time continuum.
Yeah, whatever. How much plutonium did he say I have to pour exactly? Well, I'll abound. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah!
Inside there are just apple seeds. But if you really want them...
Good God! Who goes there, prithee?
My name is Manny. Manny Calavera. Yeah, I am the Grim Reaper. I didn't want to scare you, Mr. Manet. Your reputation precedes you, you know.
Well, you flatter me.
But now enough with the pleasantries. That's not why I'm here.
I guess my time has come.
Correct. But not entirely accurate. I could give you a second chance.
Anything, but spare my life. I beg you.
Add me to your painting, then. In the sea, possibly large and highly visible.
But that's a preposterous demand. It would be completely disproportionate. Not to mention that it would absolutely ruin the scene's pathos.
Do I take that as a no, then?
Forgive me, Grim Reaper. You'll have your wish.
I think I see something that glitters in the net. Serves me right. Next time I'd better mind my own business. Surely life in the wardrobe ain't easy, but it's better than living in the jungle. The cave painting idea might be set aside.
What do you mean?
Look for yourself to my right.
I'll be darned. This will be worth a lot of money. Neolithic my foot. Come on, let's go. We've got work to do.
Oh, God! What's that terrible smell? You must absolutely take a bath. Grab this.
Better not bother him again.
Be quiet, or my husband will hear us.
Do you need some more bubble bath by any chance? I have a bottle of it here with me.
Okay, you can go in.
Stuff?
You can lay it down on the bubble bath shelf.
I'm afraid the chili pepper isn't spicy enough. You do realize the absurd things you make me pick up, right? Hey, honey, look what I have for you. I have no idea what the combination could be. What are you doing locked in here?
I'm enjoying some well-earned rest. I work as a security guard at the city museum, so situations like this don't come around that often. Luckily, Ralph, my cousin, hates Halloween and offered to cover for me.
A security guard for the museum is really necessary on Halloween night?
That's what I told the union. But do you think they listened? Anyway, take this. To repay the favor of the bubble bath. It's a bit wet.
I don't even want to know where you kept it.
The museum is closed to the public, but you can enter with this pass if you find yourself in that area. If you go, let me know if that midget has everything under control.